Let me tell y'all something. There's one habit, just one, that can change your life instantly. I ain't talking about no long process, no years of grinding, no waiting for the right time. This right here is instant. You ready for it? Gratitude. Yeah, I know somebody just went, "Phew, that's it." Yeah, that's it. But let me break it down for you. See, what y'all don't understand is your life is shaped by how you see it. If you wake up complaining, mad, frustrated, guess what? Your whole day gonna feel like that. You ever notice that? You start the morning with a bad attitude, and then everything that happens just adds to it. Traffic is bad, coffee spills, somebody at work gets on your nerves. It just keeps rolling. But when you wake up with gratitude, oh, that's a whole different vibe. You start thanking God before your feet hit the floor. Watch how fast your life changes. Let me tell y'all something. Gratitude will change your life instantly. I ain't talking about no slow process, no wait and see situation. I mean right now. The second you start practicing gratitude, everything around you shifts. See, most people wake up already frustrated. They mad about the job they got to go to, the bills they got to pay, the problems they facing. And I get it. Life is hard. Ain't nobody saying it ain't. But if you let your problems dictate your attitude, you're going to stay stuck in them same problems. But gratitude flips the script. Gratitude says, yeah, I got problems, but I also got blessings. And let me tell you, the more you focus on the blessings, the more blessings you gonna have. It's real simple. You ever wake up and the first thing you do is complain? I gotta go to work, I ain't get enough sleep, I'm tired of this same routine. You already setting the tone for a bad day. And guess what? That bad day gonna keep being bad because that's all you're looking for. But now, imagine this, you wake up and the first thing out your mouth is, thank you. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for this bed. Thank you for this roof over my head. Thank you for another shot at life today. The second you do that, something in your spirit changes. You start noticing good things instead of bad. You see solutions instead of problems. And life starts opening up for you. See, gratitude ain't just a feeling, it's a magnet. It pulls more of the good into your life. It don't mean you ignore your struggles. Nah, it just means you don't let them control you. You start focusing on what's working instead of what ain't. I know some of y'all sitting there thinking, man, I ain't got nothing to be grateful for. But that ain't true. If you're breathing, that's something. If you got somewhere to lay your head, that's something. If you got food, if you got a job, if you got people who love you, that's something. And the second you recognize that, you immediately start feeling different. Gratitude don't wait on circumstances to change. You change first, and then your circumstances follow. I'm telling y'all, this one habit gonna shift everything for you. You don't need no money, no degree, no special talent to do this. All you gotta do is wake up and say thank you. Try for a week, just a week, and watch how fast things start moving in your favor. Gratitude don't just change your life, it attracts a better one. Try it. Bet you won't ever stop. Let me tell y'all something. Your attitude shapes your reality. Not your job, not your money, not your situation, your attitude. See, a lot of folks walk around blaming everything but themselves for why life ain't working out. Oh, it's my boss, it's the economy, it's my upbringing, it's bad luck. Nah, man, it's how you looking at life. You ever notice two people can go through the exact same situation, but one comes out winning and the other one comes out miserable? It ain't cause life treated them different, it's cause they thought different. One of them saw an opportunity, the other saw a dead end. One of them stayed positive, the other one stayed mad. See, your attitude is like a pair of glasses. It changes how you see everything. If you wake up already defeated, already expecting the worst, already focusing on what's wrong, guess what? That's exactly what you're gonna find all day long. You're going to notice every little thing that goes wrong. You're going to attract negative people, and you're going to stay in that same cycle. But if you wake up expecting good, looking for good, believing for good, now life starts hitting different. You start seeing possibilities instead of problems. You start meeting people who push you forward instead of pulling you back. And most importantly, you start feeling grateful for what you got instead of bitter about what you don't. Some of y'all think, well, I'll have a better attitude once life gets better. Nah, it don't work like that. You get a better life once you have a better attitude. Y'all ever been around somebody who's always negative? You say good morning and they say what's good about it. They complain about their job, their family, their situation, their whole life. And you sitting there like, man, it ain't that bad. But to them, it is. And it's because they trained themselves to only see what's wrong. But then you meet somebody who's been through hell and back, lost everything, struggled for years, and yet they smiling, they thankful, they still pushing forward. That's attitude, that's mindset. That's the difference. You can't control everything that happens to you. Life gonna hit you with stuff you ain't see coming. But you can always control how you respond. You can always decide to learn from it instead of be bitter about it. Some of y'all been waiting for life to change before you change. But I'm here to tell you, your life ain't gonna change until you change. Start with your attitude. Start with how you see what you already got. Start with how you talk about your life. Speak blessings, not problems. I promise you, the second you fix your attitude, your whole world gonna shift. Try it. Bet you won't ever stop. Let me tell y'all something. Too many people out here waiting on something big to happen before they start feeling grateful, waiting on that dream job, waiting on more money, waiting on the right relationship, waiting on everything to be perfect before they finally say, okay, now I can be happy. Man, that's backward thinking. See, what y'all don't understand is gratitude ain't about what you have. And if you always waiting for the next big thing, you're going to spend your whole life missing out on the blessings you already got. Somebody right now is wishing for the life you complaining about. That job you hate, somebody praying for a paycheck. That house that ain't big enough for you, somebody praying for a roof over their head. That car that's giving you trouble, somebody walking miles just to get to work. See, the problem ain't what you got. The problem is how you looking at it. If you only focus on what's missing, what's wrong, what ain't happening fast enough, you will never be happy. Because the truth is, there's always going to be something else to chase. Always another level, always another goal, always another thing you feel like you need before you can finally relax and be grateful. But real happiness, it starts right now. Not when you get the promotion, not when you hit the jackpot, not when you finally got everything you ever wanted. It starts when you look at your life as it is today and say, I am grateful. I know some of y'all sitting there thinking, but my situation is hard. Listen, I ain't saying ignore your struggles. I ain't saying pretend everything is perfect. But what I am saying is, even in the struggle, you got something to be grateful for. If you woke up today, you got another chance, another shot, another opportunity to make something happen. That alone is enough reason to be grateful. Y'all ever notice how some of the happiest people ain't the ones with the most money, the biggest house, or the fanciest car? It's the ones who know how to appreciate what they got. Because let me tell you something, if you can't be happy with little, you ain't gonna be happy with a lot. Happiness ain't about what's in your pocket, it's about what's in your heart. You train yourself to see the good, and the good will multiply. You train yourself to focus on what's missing, and guess what? You'll always feel like something is missing. So stop waiting. Stop saying, I'll be grateful when, and start being grateful now. Because once you do, life starts shifting in your favor. The more you appreciate, the more you receive. It's just how it works. Let me tell y'all something. What you focus on, you attract. Life ain't about luck. It ain't about who got the best hand. It's about where your mind stays. See, some folks wake up every day expecting the worst, looking for the worst, talking about the worst, and guess what? That's exactly what keeps showing up in their life. If you always focusing on what's wrong, that's all you're going to see. You ever notice how when you buy a new car, suddenly you start seeing that same car everywhere? It ain't like everybody just went out and bought it overnight. It was always there, but now your mind is tuned into it. Same thing happens with negativity. If you keep looking for what's missing, what's wrong, what ain't fair, you're going to keep seeing it, keep feeling it, and keep attracting more of it. But flip that around for a second. What if you start looking for the good instead? What if you train your mind to focus on possibilities instead of problems, on solutions instead of struggles? What if every time you felt like complaining, you found something to be grateful for instead? See, this ain't no magic trick. This is real. Your thoughts create your reality. The energy you put out is the energy you get back. If you always talking about how broke you are, how hard life is, how unfair things are, don't be surprised when life keeps feeling that way. But the second you start shifting that focus, things start changing fast. I ain't saying ignore reality. I ain't saying pretend like struggles don't exist. But what I am saying is you get to choose what you give your attention to. And whatever you give your attention to, grow. You ever met somebody who stays mad all the time? Always talking about how people do them wrong, how nothing ever works out for them, how life ain't fair. And what happens? They just keep going through the same cycle. Same problems, same bad luck, same frustrations, because they stuck in that energy. But then you meet somebody who's been through just as much, maybe even worse, but somehow they still smiling, still pushing forward, still believing for better. And because they expect better, they attract better. That's the difference. It ain't luck. It ain't chance. It's mindset. Some of y'all been waiting for life to change before you change your attitude. But let me tell you something. Life ain't gonna change until you change. You got to start seeing yourself as blessed before the blessings show up. You got to start speaking favor over your life before it happens. You got to start expecting good things before they arrive. You focus on problems, you get more problems. You focus on possibilities, you get more opportunities. It's that simple. Try it. Bet you won't ever stop. Let me tell y'all something. You got to start thanking God for what you have and what's coming before you even see it. That's how faith works. That's how blessings work. See, too many people only want to give thanks when something big happens, when they finally get the promotion, when the money comes in, when life starts looking how they want it to. But that ain't gratitude. That's just reacting to blessings. Real gratitude, real faith, that's when you thank God before it happens. See, what y'all don't understand is your words have power. What you say, what you believe, what you expect, that's what you attract. Some of y'all been walking around talking about what ain't working, what ain't fair, what's taking too long, and because that's what you keep focusing on, that's what keeps showing up in your life. But let me tell you something. The second you shift your language, your whole life gonna shift. You ever notice how successful people talk? They don't sit around complaining. They speak with expectation. They wake up saying, today gonna be a great day. They say, I don't know how, but I know something good is coming my way. And guess what? It does. Because that's the energy they walking in. Some of y'all waiting for proof before you believe. But that's not how blessings work. You got to believe first. You got to thank first. You got to wake up and say, Lord, I don't see it yet, but I know you working on something for me, and watch how fast things start moving in your favor. See, when you start thanking God for what's coming, you start preparing for it, you start acting like you already got the blessing. You carry yourself different, you talk different, you move different, because you know it's already on the way. And when you move like that, life has no choice but to catch up with your faith. I know somebody sitting there thinking, but what if I thank God and it don't happen? Listen, that's doubt talking, and doubt blocks blessings. If you really believe, then you already know it ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. God don't play with promises. He don't lie, but he do wait to see if you really trust him. So stop waiting for proof. Stop waiting for everything to line up before you start speaking favor over your life. Start now. Start today. Wake up tomorrow morning and say, thank you, Lord, for the opportunities I can't even see yet. Say, thank you for the doors you already opening for me. Say, thank you for the blessing that's already mine. And watch how life shifts. Gratitude don't just change your life, it attracts a better one. Try it. Bet you won't ever stop. Let me tell y'all something. Gratitude don't just change your life, it attracts a better one. Some of y'all wondering why life feels so stuck, why things ain't moving the way you want them to, why it seems like every time you take one step forward, something pushes you 2 steps back. Let me ask you something. What kind of energy are you putting out? See, life don't just give you what you want, it gives you what you expect, what you prepare for, what you attract. And gratitude, that's a magnet for blessings. When you wake up grateful, when you go through your day with a thankful heart, when you stop complaining about what you don't have and start appreciating what you do, you open the door for more to come in. Some of y'all blocking your own blessings because all you do is focus on what's missing. You walk around talking about, I'll be happy when I get more money. I'll be grateful when life gets easier. I'll start thanking God when things finally go my way. Man, you got it backward. You ain't gonna get more until you learn how to be grateful for what you already got. You ever notice how people who complain all the time always seem to have more to complain about? That ain't no coincidence. The more negative energy you put out, the more negative situations you attract. But the same thing happens the other way around. You ever meet somebody who's always in a good mood, always talking about how blessed they are, always seeing the positive in everything, and somehow good things just keep happening for them? That's because gratitude shifts your whole mindset. It makes you see opportunities instead of obstacles. It makes you expect good things instead of waiting on bad. Let me break it down even simpler. Imagine life is like a radio station. If you keep tuning into the problems and complaints channel, that's all you're going to hear. But the second you switch over to blessings and gratitude, now you're receiving something different. Life is the same way. You get what you tune into. You get what you focus on. See, gratitude ain't just about saying thank you. It's about changing your whole perspective. When you live in gratitude, you start handling problems different. You don't stress over delays because you know God's timing is always perfect. You don't let little setbacks ruin your day because you know something bigger is coming. You don't sit around feeling sorry for yourself because you know you're already blessed beyond measure. Some of y'all are waiting for life to change before you change your attitude. But I'm telling you, your life ain't going to change until you change. Start with gratitude. Start looking at your life through the lens of appreciation instead of frustration. Start thanking God for what's coming even before you see it. And watch how fast things start moving in your favor. Gratitude don't just change your life, it attracts a better one. Try it. Bet you won't ever stop. Listen, y'all, your life is in your hands. It ain't about luck. It ain't about waiting on the perfect moment. It ain't about what you don't have It's about your mindset, your attitude, your gratitude. The second you start shifting your focus, choosing to see blessings instead of burdens, opportunities instead of obstacles, favor instead of failure, your whole world gonna change. You ain't gotta wait for the right time, the right situation, or the right amount of money. Start now. Start with what you got, right where you are. Speak it, believe it, expect it, and watch how life starts moving in your favor. I promise you, when you wake up grateful, when you move with faith, when you focus on what's possible instead of what's missing, doors gonna open that you ain't even knocked on yet. Blessings gonna chase you down. Life gonna start working for you, not against you. So go out there and make the shift. Stay positive, stay grateful, stay expecting, and most of all, stay ready for the blessings coming your way. Good luck, God bless, and thank y'all for listening.